Well, hello and welcome to Outdoor Oklahoma. I'm Todd Craighead. I'm now with Wade Free, our Assistant Director of the agency. And Wade, you know, there's probably nothing more quintessential Oklahoma than a Western Oklahoma quail hunt. I know that's something you're really passionate about.
Yeah, that's one of the things about quail hunting, and it's just deep in history, memories. Today's just another hunt, but when you look back, it's past hunts that really bring out the good in the sport, and it's about good dogs and good friends and fine shotguns. And it's just what I end up thinking about most of the year. But when the leaves start falling and November gets closer, most of us with dogs are thinking about bird season, and this looks like it's going to be another good one. I think numbers are kind of down more toward a 10-year average based on our surveys. Last year was a great season, and this one's going to be good. May not be quite as good in some areas, but I'm always optimistic because any day in the field is a good day.
That's great. You know, one of my most prized possessions is my own grandpa's quail hunting vest. He spent his whole life in Harper County and did a lot of quail hunting, and still to this day there are quail feathers in the bag.
Yeah, that's one of those memories I was talking about.
Yep. Yeah. Well, we're going to join Wade and his son and a family friend on a great hunt that they had in northwest Oklahoma last season.
Hey, there! We got a 41% humidity. Just a nice little 21.1 wind chill with a temp of 31.8. Barometer is rising, so we don't have any excuses. This is putting a GPS on them so we can keep track of them. What's cool about this is if you're in thick cover, you think your dog's lost, you look down at your handheld unit, a lot of times it says dog on point, 63 feet. Or in the old days, you just kept walking and left your dog on point. 30 minutes later, you'd be thinking, that crazy dog ran off, and the entire time she's back there on point. But this lets you keep up with them. You can see the arrows, and it's showing snipe, star, and dog. I didn't name that one, but so it shows I got 2 dogs on snipe and dog are on point, which really means they're just standing here waiting on us to go, but I can track them with this thing. Good honor. See him up there, he's the lead dog. Okay, come on in right here. We're gonna approach right at him. Whoop. 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 Good dog. Whoop, 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 whoop. Come on up. Whoop, be ready. They probably run off on him. Whoop, he circled back. Whoa, be ready. Whoop. There's some good action right there. Good dog. Okay, we got five dogs down. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There you go. Good shot.
Touch it, Willie. We just left the pickup. We showed a dog on point about 80 yards behind us, like right off the bat. I came down here and he was pointing, and all 4 other dogs were honoring him. I mean, they probably didn't even smell the birds, but they saw the one dog on point and they all started honoring him.
And the birds are big, and a big cubby, 18 plus. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's an adult bird. You can tell by the feathers.
How about this one?
That's a young.
Young one?
Yep. So this has got one young one,
Young
one
male,
Adult and one of each, female and male. You see the difference in the head color?
How do you tell if it's a female or a male?
The way you tell, see the hen? She's all browned up, buff colored head, and the male's got white and black. That's telltale. Now look at the breast. They're hard to tell, pretty close, and the wings, but the head is the giveaway. Buff on the girl and white on the guys. Keep moving, it's not perfect.
Yeah.
Whoop. Spread out a little bit. All right, move forward. We're moving in on them. I get right there. Weston, spread on down the hill. Okay, have your gun up and kind of ready. We could be right on them, right here. Whoop.
Nice shot.
Okay, be ready.
One bird.
There's more than one unless a hawk flushed him. Fetch it.
Stars on it.
Oh, there it is. Good girl. Here, snipe. Fetch it here. Good fetch. Good girl.
Here, Willie's up here on point.
Whoa.
He left it.
These birds are moving ahead of
Yeah,
us.
he's up, he's down. Oh,
Easy.
moving again.
I do not see her. 33 feet to your right. Oh, there she is up there in that thicket. Okay. See her right here in this thicket. So kind of get your gun up and your finger on your safety. It could be up here.
Oh,
Oh, there it is. They're running away. They're running out. Oh, good shot. Did. Sweet. All right.
Right on top of it.
We're gonna call him Mr. Lightning.
So only one bird get out?
One bird, and that had to be what she held that whole time.
I wonder what's up over the scatter.
Ran out there in that open. Whoa, whoa. We got a point right here, but it may have been the, okay. Whoop, whoop. I hear one.
Yep.
Willie had it.
Yeah.
Bird, 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 bird. Whoop, whoop, there they go. Shoot, good shot, way to go. Now you're kind of getting to see the hang of it. Guarantee you they've been here. Be careful shooting over the hill that the dog doesn't jump up. Okay, whoa. Good shot.
Did you get one?
Yeah. Nice work on the dog. Whoa. 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 Go ahead, Wes. Whoa. 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 Good shot.
2 coveys.
Get your bird.
Yep. 2 coveys, 2 birds.
2 for 2. All right, just need a couple more of those.
Perfect.
That was sweet. Whoa. Go for it. Whoa. 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 Stop, the gun didn't go off. The gun didn't go off. See the dent? Didn't hit it, but it didn't go off. Good girl. Good girl. Pitch it up. Pitch it. Pitch it. Yeah. Good. The dog work was good. I think we did pretty good on finding all the dead ones. The temperature was plenty good in the teens starting out.
Yeah.
The dog work was, 5 dogs out most of the time. There's nothing better than a day of field, like the old timers say, with good buddies and a dog after one's heart right there.
Well, Wade, we certainly have come a long way when it comes to the technology we're using on quail hunts nowadays. And I noticed you had some really neat, interesting gadgets.
Yeah.
Tell me about them.
Yeah, one of the things that is fairly new is the tracking dog devices that you can put on your dogs. You can run these tracking collars, whether it be hounds, coon hounds, beagles, bird dogs, and have GPS coordinates and location on your dog every minute of the day. With one of these collars, the great thing is you never lose a dog. I've learned since acquiring these collars that some of those dogs that I lost really weren't run off dogs that I thought were idiot dogs. They were on point, and I just continue to go on and leave them behind. Matter of fact, that's most of the time. When you've got a lost dog, you've left them. This tracking collar will show you right where they are. It may say dog on point, 72 yards, and you can go right to the dog. And if you do have a runoff dog, you can find it. So that's a great thing. And if you're running 4, 5, 6 dogs at a time, it's essential. And I don't go anywhere without this.
What was that little thing that you used? You were holding it up in the air at the beginning of your hunt.
This is just for information. That's just a little weather tracker that'll give you conditions. I mainly look for humidity and temperatures. You can get wind speed, but it kind of lets you know what the day's going to be like. It'll show you where you are mid-morning. It shows you, middle of the day, evening. It can also show you the time of day where you really don't need to be hunting. I use this with some of the guys to convince them it's time to go to the house. Sometimes we'll start at daylight and go all day regardless. Well, when the temperatures are 70, 75 degrees and the humidity's really low, you're really just burning up good dog power. So it pays to just take a break and go back out when the conditions get better, and this will tell you how to get there.
That's great. All the instincts and bloodlines of a dog are great, but that really doesn't get you where you really need to be to have a fantastic dog. You've got to spend some time training it, no matter what the bloodline is, right?
Right. You got to start early, and it's from weaning age through the dog's life, but a lot of contact, a lot of socialization, obedience training, and there's all kinds of information out there online, books, brochures, manuals on how to get started with the dog. But the bottom line is obedience training, teaching them the basics, and then at the end of the day, you've got to take the dog hunting. People with good dogs hunt. Believe it or not, there are a lot of dogs that are probably better than their masters that just sit in the kennel for whatever reason. But you get the dog out and he's got any potential at all, you can make a great bird dog, but you got to go.
That's great. Well, we recently caught up with Wade with 3 of his pups, putting into practice some of the things that he's learned over the years.
Come. Come. When I come out of the house of an evening to go down to their kennel, I do that just so they know it's me. And I'll start doing that with gunfire as well. I'll come out of the house, my dog kennel's about 100 yards from the house, and I'll shoot a blank pistol. And then when I show up, they're excited to see me. So they learn over time that that gunfire is something that's going to be positive. Well, everybody likes to get a wing out, and that tells you a little bit about your dog's conformation, their intensity, their drive. Do they have that chase? You know, ultimately you're going to train the dog to not chase. He's going to be trained to hold the point and wait for you to get there, but you got to have a puppy that wants to chase something, birds. A wing substitutes for that early on. So a dog that wouldn't be showing any interest here would be one you might want to back off of, but all these guys are basically chasing the wing, and every now and then you can get them to stop and point. And then that gives you right there a little bit of a sense of their conformation, their tail set, how high they hold their head. A dog really doesn't come into their nose till they're 5 to 7 months old. So they'll visually point like this here early on, sometimes 6 weeks old, 5 weeks old. But that scent, their olfactory doesn't really kick in till they're 6, 7 months old. I've had dogs that wouldn't point scent for 8 months, almost to the point you want to give up on them, and they turn out to be some of the best pointing dogs ever. Everybody talks about pedigree. Are they papered? Are they pedigreed? And that's all important, keeping good bloodlines of dogs. But when I'm picking a pup, I don't go to the pedigree first. I want to see the parents. I wouldn't mind hunting with the guy that owns the parents. And I want a puppy out of 2 dogs, male and female, that are just barn burning, quail finding machines. But I like to run these puppies with my big dogs, and they automatically learn the name of the game is to run. The big dogs are going to run, and these puppies will run with them. So it's important to get them out early, go to the park, walk with them. Another thing is they naturally like to retrieve at this age. Well, a dog, if you don't mess with them from this age on, they will give up that retrieving instinct. A puppy loves retrieving. The best thing you can do is get a sock and put a knot in it. And you want to retrieve, play fetch in a hallway or somewhere where they can't get away. I'm going to throw this, but she's probably going to just run around with it, and that's okay too. What I'm doing here is every day I'm throwing them something to pick up, and they can run around with it all they want, and they're learning the game is to retrieve. Here you go. Now you got to make sure they see it first, and she's already distracted by the wing. A lot of distractions. Let's see if I can get her to fetch it. Just pick it up, and all you want is to grab it and run around with it. Puppy, 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 puppy. Puppy, puppy. You notice I'm whistling. I like to whistle because that's going to carry throughout their life. They're going to get used to my tone. Right there, he's running around with it. All I'm wanting there is to see that he's got an instinct to put something in his mouth and keep it in there and run around. Now, if you'll keep that up from when they're like 8 weeks old on, the retrieving ability of that dog is improved remarkably versus you start your dog at 6 months. Another thing you want to do early is collar break them. What I actually do is I've got a little stake out, and I'll put a collar on the dog, and you stay with them. Collar your dog up, and you stake them out, and they'll fight it, and it teaches them to give in to the collar. The collar and their neck is going to be your steering wheel. That's going to be how you guide, direct, and train a dog really throughout its life. But you got to get them broke. It's kind of like breaking in a pair of boots. It doesn't feel good at first, but they'll get broke. These guys have not had a collar on, but if you'll stake them out with a collar, you know, stay put and watch them because you don't want to get them tangled up or get them hurt. But once they finally give in to that stake out on the collar, you're making progress. But you can use we're just going to modify this thing. It's just show you how she'll probably fight it. But basically you just put the collar. So you put it on her. She's never had anything on her, so We just got something around her neck. So we're just piddling with her. She's doing pretty good right there. So there we go. And you're just getting them used to having something on their neck, and they'll fight it a little bit. And then you just keep your hands on them, so you're just touching them all the time. So I'm gonna try to stand her up, and hold her head up. There we go, good girl. Good girl, so she's doing really good. Got that tail up. I like to touch my dogs all the time, even my older dogs. I'll touch them when I'm in the field. I'll go up and style up their tails, pet them, tell them good. And it just gets your dog comfortable with people. The best dog is a dog that loves you. You gotta love your dog and the dog's gotta love you. You can see this guy, he stuck his nose in a kennel and the big dog took advantage of him. Yeah, he's got a big old hump on his nose, yeah. A dog that's got a real high tail that's going back and forth is gonna be one that's got a really nice tail set when he points. If they don't have a real high noon tail set, that tail will be down a lot lower when they're running. But if their tail's going back and forth all the time, you know they're having a good time. The other thing really is probably where you see the biggest problems in dogs is people just not introducing a dog to gunfire at the right time or in the wrong way. So I would say one of the main problems in taking on somebody's dog to mess with or train is they've introduced gunfire in a way that makes that dog gun shy. I hear guys saying, fetch it, get it, bring it, drop it, give it. Fetch it. Fetch means go get it and bring it back. If it's load up, it's load up, not get in here, get over here, kennel. If it's load up, keep it load up. If it's kennel, that's the dog box, that's the crate, that's the kennel, whatever it is. And whoa, you got to teach them whoa and their name, which is basically come. If you can get them to come to you and you can get them to stop, you can hunt quail with anybody. The other one's already off in the brush, but so I just like to see if I can get them to my command to follow me. Puppies, puppy, let's go. Let's hunt, come on. Yo, let's go, pup. Yep. Find a bird, find a bird, find a bird.
Well, Wade, it's certainly encouraging to see that quail numbers are on the rise again and quail hunting's back.
Quail hunting's back. It's actually been back for several years. Last year was one of the best years that many of us have had in a long time. We're encouraged by this year's numbers. I would hope that people with an interest in it would find somebody that bird hunts and go with them. If you're a bird hunter, grab somebody, take them with you. It's not something that we need to keep to ourselves. We need to share this sport. It's deep in history, deep in tradition, and it's one of the most rewarding types of hunting that anyone can participate in, and I'm looking forward to another great year.
That's great. I may break out my grandpa's vest and tag along
Let's
with you.
do it.
That's right. Hey, thanks for joining us today. For all of us at your wildlife department, I'm Todd Craighead, and we'll see you right here next time on Outdoor Oklahoma.
We just kind of figured out our own way to clean these birds. There's more than one way to skin a cat, as they say, or a bird. But I think this is probably the quickest way. And if you've got several guys, you end up with a lot of quail, you want to clean them quick. Most guys want to go to the house because they don't want to mess with cleaning them. We kind of got a way to clip the wings, head, and legs, pass it. Next guy skins it. If you got 2 or 3 guys, they're skinning. And then it's coming back to the scissor guy to finish them out. So we'll just do one. And once you get 2 or 3 guys going, you got you an assembly line going. So hit the timer. We'll just see how long it takes.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Clip, clip. Sometimes you can grab 2 legs, pop the head. Then my skinner starts at the breast. The bird's upside down. So he peels it off the breast first and then peels everything down toward the tail. Okay, that's good. Now I pop the legs down. I go clip, clip, down each side of the neck all the way down the spine, and then just grab it with your scissors and flip it out and you're done.
34 seconds.
34 seconds a bird.
35 if you round it
Okay,
up.
so 34 seconds and that thing's ready for the skillet with a little bit of cleanup at the sink.